Welcome to Glasgow Polo Live with Scott and Andy.
Hi and welcome to Glasgow Polo Live with me, Scott MacArthur, in the Cotswolds and Andy Muir over there in Sydney. Now, as you probably guessed, I'm not actually here tonight and neither is Andy. We're at home. Problem is, I had to travel up to Scotland today to do some work, so we've decided that we just can't do it. I'm probably, right now, I'm probably on the M6, travelling towards the Cotswolds, but I'm not sure. Anyway, but rather than leave you in the lurch, we thought we could put something on that you would really enjoy. So tonight we're going to play the entire set from Billy Connolly's show at the Glasgow Polo back in 1987. Oh God, I'm even daft and I'm pre-recording this stuff. Back in 1975. This is a brilliant recording and it really demonstrates how fantastic Billy is, but also you can really feel the vibe in the Apollo. It's absolutely electric. So we really enjoyed listening to this recently together, me and Andy, and we hope that you guys really, really enjoy it. So just before I play that though, after that we're going to have, I think if I've got time, I'm going to put a little bit of music on. Not quite sure what it is yet, but I'll do that when I'm listening to Billy in a minute. And then after that, at 11 o'clock on www.glasgowapollo.com/Zoom, I'll be there, so will Andy, for the after show Zoom chat. So although we're not having a live show tonight, we are having our Zoom nonsense as always at 11 o'clock tonight. So hope you can join us. I hope you enjoy Billy. I'll be back later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Connolly.
Thank you! God bless you, you're a wonderful audience. I like all that stuff. I like going to the country and western shows in here and they say, thank you very much, you're a beautiful audience and I think I love you. And it's really nice to be back here in, oh Christ, where are we? Yeah, Scotland or something. But this is a song about swearing. Now, ooh! Oh, we got Little Sisters of the Poor in tonight, haven't we? Father Murphy fainting at the back. Oh! Right. This is a song about swearing. Now, as you know, swearing is nasty. It's a real nasty. Everybody hates it and everybody does it for some obscure reason. I bet the Pope swears. Yeah, swears in Latin, dead sneaky. But nobody's going to tell me that when the moderator of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland drops that big Bible, he says jings. No way. But you know, swearing affects, as I say, almost everybody swears. I certainly do. But sometimes I get invited, oh, do I hear one? Will I say a wee swearie? I'll do it after, I'm shy. No, really. I used to get embarrassed by people swearing if I was with a wee bit of stuff. Or sometimes even if I was with my wife or that. Or anybody you like a lot, you're sitting in a bus and there's some idiot at the back steaming going, you're a fun person. Hey, you fun person. You're a fun person. Right, so George Square's the place for the great swearers and the great drunks. You got all these rubber men waiting in buses. What's up, yeah? Hey, pal, eh? They walk like puppets. Well, you ever notice them puppets in the telly? They always look as if they're steaming. You see the wee man at the bus stop in George Square, walking with one leg like that. Wondering how he's knackered and not getting anywhere. He's got a fish supper in the left hand. Looks as if it weighs about 200 weight. It's away down at his knee. He's trying to stare out the chip in his right hand. There's a bottle of beer in the left-hand jacket pocket and a half bottle on the inside in the left. So his jacket's all way down at one side like that. Can hardly walk. He keeps walking in circles. Annoying everybody at the bus stop, asking them if they're all right. You all right? Huh? Hey, how you? Huh? Ain't no talking to me, fa. Huh? You think I'm a shite or something? She'd have really delicate ways of putting things. Aye. You think I'm a shite, I think you're a poof. High heels and your hair's dyed, you must be a poof. Huh? And he manages to scramble onto the bus, slides up the stair, and he's sick of somebody's wee dog. Don't mind eating that. Jimmy, can you get hairy fish? Man, this is a fish supper, look at that. And he turns round and addresses the whole top deck of the bus. Shut up. Is it a song you're wanting? No! He manages to wobble his way up and find another drunk. So he sits down and talks to him. Well, they don't really talk to each other, they sit and swear at each other for a wee while. You know, to make it really convenient, they drop all the other words and just swear for a while. And the other guy's that drunk, he sounds as if he's drowning. Anyway, then he looks at his watch and decides it's time to be sick. I saw an incident in the last bus to Drumchapel one night, which will stay with me for as long as I live. There was two guys in the bus, both lunatics. One had been a boxer, and he was going... Every time the conductor rang a bell, he got up and battered somebody. Then he'd ring the bell to stop me, he'd sit down. Fan himself down, ding ding, hello, what? Somebody else get a message. But next to him was his half-wit, steaming out of the brain. The bonnet on backwards. He's being sick, and there was a guy sitting directly in front of him with a duffel coat on. The hood hanging over the back of the seat. This guy's been sick. Now, he's not been sick into the hood of the duffel coat, but the guy in front thinks he is, because he's hanging onto the hood, because he thinks it's the back of the seat. And every time he bends down to his seat, he goes, and the guy shoots back in his seat. He's sitting there, feeling really grateful that he brought an umbrella as it starts to rain. Oh, but you see, swearing, as I told you earlier, I swear, sure, but I'm sneaky about it. I invented my own swear words that I can say in front of my wains. My childers, my offspring. Yeah, it's not nice to swear in front of your kids, because they take it to school and everybody knows it was you that started it. So I invented my own words. B-A-S-A is a good one, bassa. That comes in quite handy. Yeah, yeah, bassa, get out of there! And there's another very good one, G-E-T-I-F-U, Getifer. That comes in very handy, that one. Especially if you string it with bassa. You go, get it for you, bassa! You can do it with complete confidence. Right. Yeah, bassa, get it for you there! It really sounds quite convincing. Right. But it's not necessarily swearing. If you invented it, you can invent a meaning for yourself. You can change the meaning every day if you like. It can mean a lovely bunch of little pink daisies. Say, oh, look at the wee getty for you, bassa. See, it's entirely up to you. But the song is about a guy called Kenneth Tynan who swore on television a long, long time ago. He said F. The country was up in arms. The newspapers were flabbergasted that somebody had dared to swear on the telly. Mary Whitehouse nearly fainted. Mind you, I wouldn't be too cheery if my name rhymed with toilet. But look, this... He's trying to explain it. He's going, Whitehouse Lavy, it doesn't work. Right. No, it doesn't work with clergy either. I don't get it. But I thought it was a good thing. I really did. Because he sort of opened the floodgates to everybody, and plays became more realistic after that. They're saying, what? Yeah, I'll sort you out. Whereas the way they were before that, they were all saying, take that, you bounder, Biff. You scoundrel, I'll box your ears. Biff, take that. Look away, Martha, Scud. Yes, you gave Philip everything, didn't you, father? Well, you'll pay for it now. Don't be a fool. Look out behind you, I wouldn't fall for that old... So, it was a load of nonsense, wasn't it? But anywho, what he did was open the floodgates to everybody, and they could have a wee swear every now and again. But as I say, you have to draw the line somewhere, like Jack and Nori. I mean, can you imagine? Once a teddy bear found a little piece of chocolate. Oh, look at that! You see, it doesn't work. It's not nice, is it? Or you get Andy Pandy coming out of his box. Where's that Libby Lou? Get her into this hamper. 15 years I've been in there myself, I'm gone blind! There was a young man from the BBC. His name was Ken Tynan, and I'm sure you'll agree. He dropped a real clanger that night when we heard him using a 1, 2, 3, 4-letter word. A 4-letter word, a 4-letter word. To ban it would be a shame. It's honest, it's earthy, it ought to be heard. That wonderful 1, 2, 3, 4-letter word. That was a chorus. It's banded around by the kids for a lark. It's put into practice as soon as it's dark. It's done every night by the rich and the poor. To do it is worse than to say it, I'm sure. A 4-letter word, a 4-letter word. To ban it would be a shame. Get in there, it's honest, it's healthy, that's the stuff. Sing out that wonderful... Oh Christ, they're doing it. I don't believe it. Well, give in. It shouldn't be said in polite company when aged old ladies are sipping their tea. But if those ladies' pasts were revealed, sure as hell, they've not only said it, they've done it as well. A four-letter word, to ban it would be a shame. That's the game. It's honest, it's earthy, but wonderful. Four-letter word. Well done. I know what it is. That's the band for the Pavilion. The place is empty. They've come out for a wee seat. Have you seen the Tuchters get in there? I like watching your queue versus theirs. Your queue's going, we are the Christians. And their queue's going, la 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 la. Aye, when they're taking their time about getting in, they put the swords down and have a wee dance. Oh, they're great, them Tuchters. They all bring in their accordions, you know, and join in up in the balcony. Oh, the half bottle at the feet. Have you seen them? They come from Stornoway in buses and all that. You can spot them, they're all walking about like that. Is that a skyscraper? That's a pillar box. There's a skyscraper down the road there. But some weeks ago I heard this song, and this is a song I'm about to do, and I couldn't keep my hands off it. Our little dog is 6 years old, and he's smart as any damn kid. But when you mention the V-E-T, he damn near flips his lid. Words like S-H-O-T shot or W-O-R-M worm. These are words that make him S-Q-U-I-R-M squirm. His Q-U-A-R-A-N-T-I-N-E starts today, 'cause he bit the V-E-T and then he ran away. He caused me and my wife to have a big fight, and then both of them bit me. And that's why I am gonna get a D-I-V-O-R-C-E. Thank you. She shouted, "Get him, Rover!" And he jumped over and bit my L-E-G. She sank her teeth in my B-U-M and called me a Well, I'm telling you, that was my cue to get OFF-ski. And I'm going down to the town tonight to get a new B-I-R-D. Oh yes, a Q-U-A-R-A-N-T-I-N-E starts today. Both my wife and my wee scabby dog will soon be hauled away. That's why I spell out all of these words, so as my dog can't hear. Oh, I must admit, that dog is acting Q-U-E-R queer. Oh yes, I must admit, my dog is acting Q-U-E-R queer. What have you been drinking anyway, kamikaze? You've been in the Surrey heat tonight. I can smell your breath through here. Aye. She shouted at me 3 years ago at a concert. I've not that blouse anywhere. Look. This. Aye, that's again. For Christ's sake, throw a net at her, will you? Aye. What's up? Send Igor up the back, will you? What's that? I can't really hear much of what you're saying. Are you chuchters? Ah, I thought so. The pigtails are a dead giveaway, aren't they? Aye, I saw you outside taking a photo of your bus. Is that to take him and show the Waynes, aye? Look, a house with wheels. Have you been into that draft porridge? Aye, it's enough of sin, really. You should feel sorry for him, you know. They used to eat each other. I'm not kidding. They used to get torn right into each other. That's how they call them chuchters. It's chuck tough, you know. You all right? Thank God I only bite my nails. Ah, well, it's a sin, really. They're more to be pitied than scolded, I can assure you. Once again. Right, oh, you still at it, aye? Well, see, please keep it up, because the reason I'm talking to you all the time is so the bouncer knows where you are. You've got 1 sentence left and you're out in your arse. Make it a good one. Aye. But this next song's about the Territorial Army. I used to be in the Terries. That's the truth. I couldn't help it. I was a wee boy with acne, and I thought it sounded like a good idea. I thought it would make me look like Joe the superhero. Action Man. Was all spots, the red berry. But we used to go on exercises with the Territorials up to a place near Dundee. All sorts of fields and woods and things. We'd wee battles up there with other regiments. Oh, shooting blanks at each other. For all the good it was doing, they'd be as well to give you a squib and let you leave your rifle in the house, you know. We're all running about with red berries and that, think you're a hero. Amazing, we're all running into battle, going... Then you discover a guy running beside you with an armband and it says umpire. And he goes, dead! Say, what? Dead? No chance. Dead! Piss off! I'm on this time with my pals. The grass is soaking. Dead. What does that make you? Here's a wee Terry song. I am a weekend soldier and the world is scared of me. I've fought a million battles and I'm always home in time for tea. When I was but a sporty youth and tired of being ignored, I suddenly said to myself, now why are you so bored? I wanted some adventure, some muscles and some power. So I went to my local territorials and joined within the hour. Oh yes, I am a weekend soldier and the world is scared of me. I've fought a million battles and I'm always home in time for tea. Well, I've been in the Terries for a wee while now, and I must say it isn't all that bad. Oh, when I put my red beret on, I feel like Alan Ladd. Oh, my camouflage smock fits me perfectly, but the trousers could be improved. I have to take 3 steps or more before they even start to move. Oh yes, I am a weekend soldier, and the world is scared of me. I fought a million battles and I'm always home in time for tea. So watch out, all you baddies, or I'll be on you in a trice. Oh, this is the way to see the world, boys. We've been to Edinburgh twice. Aye, and all you left-wing radicals, don't give us any of your cheek. And have the revolution on a Saturday, 'cause I have to work through the week. Oh yes, I am a weekend soldier, and the world is scared of me. I fought a million battles and I'm always home in time for tea. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Well, the more serious the army tries to get about the recruiting films, the funnier they become. Have you seen the latest one with a tank in the forest? That cracks me up completely. It's been on television a couple of times. The tank trundles through the forest, and the lid opens, and the heat comes out. Hello. My name's Bob and I'm a born leader. This guy's got the lot, the bolt through the neck and a zip up the back of the head. Couple of gear. Yeah, I've been in the army only 3 years now. I make £40 a week old found and I keep the lot because I'm a selfish bastard, right? That's my mate Harry over there. Hello, Harry. Hello. Harry's doing his hunkers with a frying pan with 2 eggs in it. There's 5 of them, he's got 2 eggs, right? Hello, my name's Harry, yeah. I've been in the army now for about 3 years, yeah. I'll make £40 a week as well. You can get thousands and thousands of Smarties for £40. That's my mate Charlie over there. Here's Charlie. Charlie's a real halfwit. He's in the middle of a firm going... The farmer's going, what? They shoot back to the woods again. The guy with the eggs must be a real crawler. He's nipped up and given them to the born leader. He scoffed a lot. Nobody said anything. They're all half shaved up against trees and all that. All half lather. He says, right lads, here we go. And they all pile back in, starving, half shaved. And away. And then the big voice comes on. Will you be happy going to your work tomorrow? You're bloody right I will, sure. Oh, no me, pal. When they're talking about their computers, they don't talk about shooty gunnies. There's some wee guy from BAM for something says, oh, that sounds good to me. 3 clays and a shot of your computer, that's okay, that. And money day, oh, goody. I'll let you play with a real gun, no, hold me back. The next thing he knows, he's battering down the Shankill Road with a gun in his hand. The best laxative known to man. Well, the last song before we end this spot or blemish is a country song, so without any further ado, me and the band's going to get wired right in. It's called Coat of Many Colours. I learned it from a Oh, to hell, but I learned it. It's called Coat of Many Colours. Probably bore the arse off you anyway. Here you go. Back through the years I go wandering again, back through the seasons of my youth. I recall a box of rags someone gave us, and the way my mama put those rags to use. There were rags of many colours, some of them were small, and I didn't have a coat. It was late on in the fall. My mama sewed the rags together. She sewed every piece with love. She made my coat of many colours. I was so proud of. As she sewed, she told a story in the Bible she had read about a coat of many colours. Joseph wore it then, she said. She hoped the coat would bring happiness. I was really proud to wear it. Mama sewed the very best. My coat of many colours that my mama made for me, made of only rags, but I wore it so proudly. Though we didn't have much money, I was rich as I could be, and my coat of many colours my mama made for me. Sewed holes in both of my shoes, in my coat of many colours. I started out to school. I could hear the children laughing, all making fun of me. The colours my mama made for me. Well, I didn't mind the laughing, 'cause I knew that I was rich, and I told them of the love in every stitch. And I told them all the story Mama told, and my coat of many colours, worth more than all their gold. But they didn't understand, though I tried to make them see. You are only poor, only if you choose to be. Though we didn't have much money, I was rich as I could be, in my coat of many colours my mama made for me. In my coat of many colours my mama for me. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. If it wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? You'd be in the hospital or infirmary, for you would have a dose of the flu or even flu to see if you didn't have your feet in your wellies. Oh, wellies, they are wonderful. Oh, wellies, they are swell, 'cause they keep out the water and they keep in the smell. And when you're sitting in a room, you can always tell when some bugger takes off his wellies. If it wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? You'd be a sing or in for sing, 'cause you would have a sing. So you better get your feet in your wellies. If it wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? Sing, you'd be in the hospital, for you would have a dose of the flu if you didn't any other. Oh, hey, a minute, we'll do a Glenn Daly ending. Any other way. That's my Yes, this evening I will talk of many things. Some of them wholesome, some of them offensive. I don't think they're offensive. I talk a lot about odd subjects like willies and bums, jobbies, lavies. I don't care. Don't you start caring. Don't get embarrassed. Please. You're in the dark. Forget about it. Because I don't get embarrassed. There's no sense you sitting blushing in your cell. Like, I talk about willies because they're funny objects. Willies! Willies are funny. You know, people get all funny about willies and that. Go, hey, doctor, it's my... Oh, forget the right name for it now. They never say, I've got a terrible sore willy this morning. See, on my leg. Especially having been to infant school, primary school, where everybody's telling lies to each other. You get all mixed up and you don't know what the truth is. People say, I'm telling you this and I'm no kidding. That's when you know it's a lie. This is nae kidding. I know a guy and this is nae kidding. He's got a huge big willy. That's nice. You go like that, what? Big and like that, would you? So you go through life thinking you're a bit imperfect. I'm telling you, I know another guy, and this is naked. It's a big, huge willy. He takes a bit in a barra. So reality goes out the window. Well, I wish I had one of these big willies. Where'd I pee? Heard about Willie that? Is that with me? Maybe it's because I'm a Catholic or something. That's why I cover it up when they're having a pee. They're not embarrassed. Right? I'll tell you a trick I used to do. It works very effectively. When you're in the public toilet and you're doing a pee and you're finished, instead of just sort of shake and put it away, kid on, you're giving it a shake and slap your hand on the side of the urinal. Smack! You walk out the place like a giant. See, that takes me to public toilets now. I think they're funny. I don't just mention them because they're dirty. I genuinely think it's funny. Like these public urinals, or urinals, or however the hell you pronounce it. You're all standing in a line, having a wetty. And you don't want to look round in case there's somebody smiling at you. You start speaking like that, yes, I'm just in for the pee, understand? And then you're standing there watching the tiles. Or the bricks, you know. Because once you've read Shanks Bar Head, that's your lot. Very boring. Sometimes you manage to get the VD notice right in front of you. That keeps you going for a good 3 minutes. Oh, there was a black street. Oh, I see, I to a special clinic. Oh, I see, Then you start to get scared as you get to the symptoms. A quick inspection. As you remember, that wee mark on it was when you caught it in your zip last week. Then you get the guys who haunt the public toilets. The Willy Watchers. What are you looking at? He's hanging over your wee cubicle like a coo looking out a dike. Get out of here, what's that? I was going to get F off tattooed in mine. Too many letters, you know. But look, this... This is a wee song. It's maybe you remember yourself at school. You're sitting, you hate your teachers. Now, I hated all my primary school teachers. Detested them, well, most of them, you know. Used to sit in your seat and say, oh, wait till I leave school. I'm coming back here and you're getting it. I'm going to go, yeah, they'll never know me. I'll have a bowler suit and a bonnet. All these thugs and those janitors. Oh, how I wanted to kill a few of them. Oh, animals.
Oh, it's nothing to do with me, but I saw him playing football and breaking a window. If you ask me, the man's a thug.
5 hours.
Good for nothing, he'll come to nothing.
There you were. Oh, snotters and trousers that were too big. Condemned for life, according to the Johnny. Oh, how I wanted to murder them. As far as I can remember, half of them were bent anyway. Hello. Putting bandages in your knees. There. They say, no, there. The trail of Smarties into the boiler room. There's a song about Johnnies and how you never really get round to beating up your teachers. When I was wee, I used to have a nightmare every night. I woke up screaming just before the monster took a bite. He wore a blue serge outfit with buttons shiny and bright. I lived in terror, oh the Johnny, aye the Johnny. He nearly drove me mad. He shot me to the teachers any time that I was bad. I wish that he'd retire or die or move to Gamgad. My heart's near broke with the Johnny. Nothing against Gamgad, I couldn't think of anything else to rhyme. I wouldn't wish a Johnny on you if you live in Gamgad. I mind one summer evening I was playing on the street. A simple game of football with my sannies on my feet. I hit the ball a stoter and it soared away a treat. The last thing on my mind was the Johnny. But I don't look for trouble and I seem to get my share. The ball went sailing skyward, slowly curving in the air. The last thing I remember, there was plate glass everywhere. And guess who saw me? The Johnny. Oh, the Johnny, aye the Johnny. He nearly drove me mad. Shot me to the teachers any time that I was bad. I wish that he'd retire or die or move to Garngad. My heart's near broke with the Johnny. First thing on Monday morning I was sent for by the head. And he hit me with his leather belt till I wished that I was dead. I swore I'd get the Johnny and choke him in his bed. I was gonna murder the Johnny. Well, 9 years later I left school and I got myself a job. It felt $1 million just to have a couple of bob. I was out the road of the traffic, didn't need to steal or rob. And I've yet to see a shipyard with a Johnny. Oh, the Johnny, aye the Johnny. He nearly drove me mad. Shot me to the teachers any time that I was bad. I wish that he'd retire or die or move to Gamgad. My heart's near broke with the Johnny. One night in my way home for work, I nipped in for a pint. Something glistened in the corner of my eye, just out of sight. I saw it was the Johnny. I prepared myself to fight. I was gonna murder the Johnny. Well, the next thing I remember, he was standing next to me. He wasn't such a big bloke, only 5'2" or 3. If I'd laid a hand upon him, my mates would have murdered me. A poor wee soul was the Johnny. Oh, the Johnny, aye the Johnny. Who nearly drove me mad. Who shot me to the teachers any time that I was bad. I'm glad he's no retired or deed or living in Garngad. A poor wee soul is the Johnny. There was a wrestler, and he was a Russian, and he was called Ivan the Terrible. And everybody was terrified of him because he had two famous holds, the half pretzel and the full pretzel. The half pretzel broke your back, and the full pretzel killed you. So there was this trail of dead bodies all over Russia, and until nobody would fight him anymore, and they said, oh, wait a minute, however they say that in Russian. And he joined a circus. £1,000 to anyone who'll last one round with the dreaded Ivan the Terrible. No takers. They're all going, oh, quake in the seat. Circus goes right across Europe. Oh, I'm no fighting, huh? And then one day the circus came to Glasgow. They set up the tent in Glasgow Green. £1,000 to any man who last one, I'll do it! Do you know what you're doing, sir? Aye! Who are you going to fight? I don't care! Give the money to new and save he's out of trouble! Ivan the Terrible from the steps. Never been beaten. Too famous. I don't care! Down the aisle, Allah. The crowd are all chanting, easy, easy, into him, gone shuggy, we are the champions. Easy, boys, it's all right, it's a doddle. He's out there, about 3 stone 4 with the glasses on. The big heavy boots with the steel toe caps, it's a doddle. Where is he anyway, this bamstick? The bloke says, well, be it on your own head, sir. Give us Ivan the Terrible. So they let him out his net and shove him through the curtains. It's all hair and teeth. The bloke goes to, wait a minute. Is that it? The guy says, I says, all right, come on, Will. Up he goes, shut your mouth. The boot right in the crutch, down he went, squealing like a pig. Oh, shut up. The crowd are gone mad. Into him, easy, anybody, wallop. Ivan's rolling about, squealing like a pig. He's just about to lapse into unconsciousness and he grabs a wee shuggy's leg. Go to, wait a minute. He starts to climb up. One arm over. Oh, says the crowd. The half pretzel. Another arm over. Oh, no. The full pretzel. The two of them fall to the floor. They're in a knot, a big ball, they're rolling about. You can hear. Oh, no. And then, bang! Ivan comes spinning off, hits the wall, slides down, unconscious. Crowd are going crazy. Hello! We are the champions! And the wee fella's getting interviewed. Tell me, Mr. Shug. He says, you did really desperately well there. Could you tell the crowd and myself how you managed it? He said, I don't know what I mean. He said, he just got a horns there and that on pretzel thing. I fell in the flare, no, and we were in a big knot and that, know what I mean? All of a sudden I feel the life draining right out of me. And I sees it right in front of me. A huge Willie. I goes like that, oh wait a minute. What's a day I sinks my teeth right into it. And you know something? It's amazing the surge of strength you get when you bite your own Willie. Right? Cracker, isn't it? was having a party. It was Christmas and she invited all the staff for the palace. Because she's nice that way, you know, she even went out and got the carry out herself. She was seen sneaking through the St James's Park with an Agnew's bag. But this, she's had a big party and she's got all the staff in. And they're all having a right good time, they're all getting tore into the magic. Yeah, well, here's to you, I do bother all. And she was sitting, singing Old Scotch Mother Man in the corner. Next to her was the butler. And next to the butler is Prince Philip. Next to Prince Philip's a wee chambermaid. And she's making a right ass of herself, you know. She's laughing at, you stupid! And the Queen says, excuse me, dear, are you feeling hysterical? She says, no, he's feeling mine. Before I put my banjo down, I'd like to play a wee tune. It's called Leather Breeches. I'd like to go back to school for a minute, because school meant quite a lot to me. As I told you earlier, I didn't like it an awful lot, bordering on hatred for the whole affair. But I remember the traumatic experience when I left primary school to go to secondary school, and discovering to my horror that almost everybody in secondary school had dry noses. Couldn't believe it. I was used to this green ice rink. There was all different kinds of snottery people. Some had the traditional number 11 on the upper lip. And no matter how they rubbed and blew and scrubbed at it with hankies, it was always even when there was a heat wave and it dried up, there was two wee valleys where it should be. Other guys were continually searching for them, ramming the fingy up the nostril.
Nothing. What's that? Nothing. I'll try up here and in the corner a bit.
Nothing. But there was one guy infuriated me completely. He was behind me somewhere. I never found out yet who he was. He used to go, what you doing, sir? Who's doing that noise? Was that you that's doing that? This guy stood up. He says, no, Billy, it wasn't me. I'm the farter. It was somebody over there. I should have known better. I idolised this guy. What a talent. How I envied him. He could fart at will. What a talent. I used to say, do a fart. Do another fart. Do two farts, one after the other. What a talent he had. He could do all different kinds. And there was ones that he reserved for parties. But his pièce de résistance, his biggie, he could fart in stereo! A genius he was. I used to practice, just trying to be like him, hoping I would someday be able to do at least one at will. I used to go, nothing, not as much as a. You know, it's amazing the things you do when you're at school, isn't it? Did you ever pee yourself in the class? I did it twice as far as I remember. I did it several times, only twice in the class. I'll never forget it. Wriggling about in your seat. Miss, 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 trying to catch your eye and she's purposely avoiding you. Miss, 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 miss. Connolly, will you be quiet? Can't you see I'm trying to teach the rest of the class? I said, miss, miss, miss. What is it? I said, oh, forget it. Steam. Get his sister! My sister was older than me. She had to come down and take me away home. Hanging onto the shorts, pulling them out for your legs as you're walking. Try to keep the flannels off the thighs. Ooh. The legs all scadded. And then one day, I went over the top completely. I shit myself in the class. And they were singing a hymn when I did it. As far as I can remember, they were singing hymns most of the time anyway. But they were all sitting singing. Bring flowers of the fairest, bring flowers of the fairest, from God, from God. Who's that? I was sitting, fanning myself with 2 slices of toast. Get his sister! The poor sister had to come down and take me home again. The stiff-legged walk. Trying to walk without moving your legs. Oh, those wee horrible guys in the street. You take your traders, you take your traders. You're walking like that and saying, no, I didn't. And you're thinking of the baiting you're going to get when you get home. Oh no. You're at the door and your mother comes to the door. What happened? A big boy did it and ran away! Liar! Wumph! She stood on the bridge in the pale moonlight like a veritable goddess. Except for the snotter on her upper lip and the hole in her Liberty bodice. Right. I'm leaving you now, I'll be gone for a while. You're never gonna see your daddy's loving smile. Don't say, oh no. When the sun comes up, I'll be walking out the door. You're never gonna see your baby anymore. Don't say, oh no. When the sun comes up, I'll believe in. I don't give a damn if your heart's grieving. I'm following the things I believe in. Don't say, oh no. So fare you well, my own little girl. You can have the cabin and I'll have the world. Don't say, oh no. When the sun comes up, I believe in. I don't give a damn if the heart's grieving. I'm following the things I believe in. Don't say, oh no. I'm leaving you now, I'll be gone for a while. You're never gonna see your daddy's loving smile. Don't say, oh no. When the sun comes up, I'll be walking out the door. You're never gonna see your baby anymore. Don't say, oh no. When the sun comes up, I believe in. I don't give a damn if your heart's grieving. I'm following the things I believe in. Don't say, oh no. Woo! Thank you.
Well, how good was that? Absolutely hilarious. I love the atmosphere, it's just electric. And I have to say, I think I prefer Billy back then to how he got in the 90s and the noughties. I think he was rawer. He was certainly a lot ruder, but I think if anybody ever deserved the title of National Treasure for Scotland, it was Billy Connolly. Even if he's a Celtic fan, what a guy, absolutely brilliant. None of this would be possible without the guys over at Rescued Recordings. So thanks very much to Jack and the guys. Absolutely knockout job you do every week. There are over 300 recordings now. If you've never been over there and had a look at the recordings I've got, pop over to the Rescued Recordings Facebook group. It's an absolute treasure chest of fantastic recordings from the Glasgow, Apollo and beyond. So to end with, well, I've got half an hour and I did think about playing the masterpiece that is Grendel by Marillion from the Glasgow Apollo, but I decided against it. And I'm going to play something by a band that, well, let's be honest, I personally have given them an awful lot of abuse on this show over the last year and a half. But the reality is, back in the day, they were one of the best live bands there's ever been, and that is Status Quo. We're going to play the iconic moment that used to happen every time the lights went down at the Apollo. There was that moment where we all went wild. There was usually something else playing, another track playing, but they then gently turned it down, and then there'd be a little bit of noise from the stage, and no other band came onto the stage like Status Quo. So this is the Quo back when they were the Quo at the Glasgow Apollo, with the absolutely brilliant version recorded by Radio Clyde of Caroline. That was the quote from the fantastic tour back in 1982 and the intro to the set that they did every time they played the Apollo that I was there certainly. Caroline, what a band they were, eh? What a band. So, we've come to the end of the show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Andy and I are sorry we're not there, but you know, you've got to work sometimes. Thank you very much for continuing to support the show over at Coffee. The t-shirts are still available. Andy's doing a great job despite the bands and the band management trying to ban all the t-shirts that we make. And finally, don't forget, on the 17th of June this year at Lauder's Bar, we're going to have a live get-together. We've got a few tickets left. www.glasgowapollo.com/tickets, and you can actually get all together with all these loonies that you could meet on the Zoom after the show. So finally, if you want to join us on the Zoom call, it's just a chat, a few glasses of wine, the occasional beer. We talk nonsense. It can go on for a long time. I'll be doing it this week from my mum and dad's house in Carluke, so I might have to whisper. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we're be back to normal next week. My name is Scott MacArthur. His name is Andy Muir, and you've been listening to Glasgow Apollo Live. Good night, everyone.